Hi guys, and welcome back. This is Kiley with JLP, and I brought on today Derick Brown, who is going to be going over a lot of questions regarding crypto. So I get a lot of questions with real estate and crypto specific in Panama that I, to be honest, am not super well versed in. Derick is a certified CPA here in Panama, so I brought him on to help us answer all the questions regarding crypto that I can't. So thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
So crypto is there's a growing community in crypto in Panama, and a lot of crypto companies, foundations, and even investors are coming in Panama. And I'm sure you know pretty well, a lot of
Many
foreign investors want to buy property in Panama with their crypto gains or investments.
Mm-hmm.
So Panama is going to be a crypto blockchain hub of the Latin America.
So much so. So what would be, let's start in like the basic. Would you say banking wise, Panama is a really big banking hub. I would say there's some very good banks and very safe banks for people looking to like move assets, or if you're buying real estate here, just the convenience of having a bank account. How would you say Panamanian banks look at crypto? I know like you have almost, I think, 100 different banks. So I'm sure there's some that are more friendly than others. But what would your experience be kind of in that crypto world with Panamanian banks?
So now is a lot better. There are crypto-friendly banks. Like, for example, Tower Bank was the first crypto-friendly bank, not only in Panama, but in the entire region.
Oh, wow.
So a couple years ago, they decided to take on that crypto technology. There are other few banks that are crypto-friendly or accept companies or individuals dealing with crypto.
Okay.
But if you would have asked me this 3-4 years ago, I would have tell you, do not mention the word crypto to your bank.
Yeah,
because they will shut down. Yeah. But now the banking industry is accepting this new technology, and they're more open to these kind of investments and technologies. So it's we're in a good place right now, and the community is growing as we
Derick, I'm mention it again. He's a CPA, and you started to mention to me something earlier about taxes, about the municipality of. Can you go into that a little bit?
Yeah. So last month, the Panama City mayor issued an executive order to allow the Panama City municipality to accept taxes with crypto.
Wow.
So meaning you can pay your municipal taxes. That will include the tax for your car, for your license.
Okay.
You can pay that with crypto. And so in Panama, we don't have a crypto regulation yet. Mm-hmm. That's one thing we are still working on. I'm actually in the group that is discussing that bill to see how we could, because what usually happens is a politician will try to pass a bill that benefits the government, but it will kind of limit the investment in Panama. Mm-hmm. So we're trying not to have that happen, where we could have a regulation that will make banks be more open, banks be more open to accepting clients with crypto. But so the Panama City municipality is going to accept crypto payments now. And because we don't have a regulation, legally they cannot accept the crypto themselves. So they're going to work with Tower Bank. Okay. So that when a client pays their taxes, when a taxpayer pays their municipal taxes in crypto, Tower Bank would do the conversion and then send them the Panama City municipality.
Wow.
USD. So that's
living in the future.
Yes, definitely. So that's a big improvement of what's going on in Panama, and it shows you that the country or the city at least is moving towards that.
For sure. Have you, from a real estate side, have you seen like real estate transactions with crypto, or like what type of transactions I would say would be most like common with, say, crypto? Yeah,
we get that question a lot. Can I buy real estate with crypto? Or do I have to convert it into USD and then pay the seller in dollars? There's no regulation, but that would be a private agreement between the buyer and the seller. Okay. So if the seller accepts crypto, then there's nothing that says that you cannot do it. So and one of the reasons I got into crypto as an accountant is because one of my clients many years ago, he is a real estate investor, and we were having a conversation, and he told me that he purchased all of his investment in Panama was done through his Bitcoin gains. Wow. That was 2019. Oh wow. And that kind of like, I was aware of crypto and Bitcoin back then, but I was doing other stuff. And he convinced me to get into this crypto world by paying 3 months of my fees in advance in Bitcoin. Okay. So that was like my entryway into this world. And he bought and sold properties using Bitcoin back then. Wow. So there's no regulation that says that you can or cannot do it. Okay. But it is a private agreement between. It's just the payment method. Yeah. Everything else is still a tradition.
Understood. Interesting. Wow. I guess I need to get more up to date on it, to be honest with you. But this is really good for me. I mean, would there be any other kind of like, let's say FAQs that I haven't touched on?
Yeah, it could be people ask a lot about the risk.
Okay.
But yeah, in real estate, as you know, there's a lot of KYCs, due diligence.
Of course.
And it will be the same. So I have somebody either do a KYC on both parties because they're receiving crypto. One of I would say the different aspect of, let's say, investing in real estate with crypto is that, and this is a misconception, is a myth where a lot of people that are not in the community will say, well, crypto is anonymous. You cannot trace it, which is the total opposite.
Yeah.
You can trace crypto better than dollars. Part of the due diligence will be to make sure that there's a KYC done on whoever's on the buyer and the seller, meaning that when the buyer pays for the property in crypto, a couple years after, the authorities don't come and say, well, this crypto was from a stolen wallet and now we're investigating the whole process and now you're involved. So you're doing a KYC due diligence just to make sure who are which is already done.
I was going to say, which would be done anyways,
Exactly.
because I mean, if you're doing I know your client is basically done by, if you buy through a developer, it's done if you want to open a bank account.
Yeah.
I mean, the banks will be probably a little bit more invasive
Yeah.
than most, but it's going to be for Panama to stay off of any lists. They do have to ask specific questions. I mean, Panama is a big banking center, so to be able to maintain its status as kind of a regional banking, whatever it is, where we have so many different banks, 100 different banks, I mean, we can't take the chance of being put on any gray list, black list, anything like that. Plus, we're so connected with the U.S.,
Yes.
so the banks do pretty intense KYCs. Anything else?
No,
while you're here? No?
Those are the basics.
Okay.
Yes, you can buy real estate and crypto, and it is an agreement between the buyer and the seller.
Gotcha. Perfect.
And there's no additional tax
Okay.
implied in the scenario.
Cool. Well, I think that will make a lot of, at least my clients, pretty happy
Yes.
to hear. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
I'm sure you guys have more questions that we have not answered. Please put them in the comments below and we will be sure to get back to you. I will be happy to introduce you to Derick and make sure that you like and subscribe because we're continually putting out weekly content.